Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Minnesota Twins going up against the Kansas City Royals. Festivities are wrapping up. This place is rocking. The home opener is coming up next. And on the mound for Kansas City in this one, Seth Lugo.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough.
Oh, nice stop on a slide, and they get the out. Take a look at the lineup. Here's Byron Buxton. He's one of the most electric athletes in every game he plays.
Ooh, this guy has moments when he's the most exciting player in baseball, a true game changer at times.
And first offering is fouled off. Out to short. Witt on the run, sends it over to first, and it beats him. What a play.
Batting first, the second baseman, Luke Keeschel.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Luke Keeschel. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble.
Ball. No, that's it.
And a swing and a miss there. Fouled off left side.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. The Royals will get their chance now in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now here's the starter for Minnesota, Mick Abel. What should we keep an eye on here?
He may not dominate, but he always keeps the club in the game. If you can score runs, you have a really good chance to win with him on the mound today.
Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals.
Ball 1.
The 1-0. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. And a 1-1. On the ground right side. One gone, bottom half of the first. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. They're facing a pitcher today who's prone to giving up homers, so we'll see. We might get some big swings here today.
Yeah, Boog. One reason for those long balls comes from the lineup being aggressive and confident. If they maintain that approach, they could hit a few more today.
Bobby Witt Jr. now. He was drafted 2nd overall by the Royals in 2019. Adley Rutschman was the only player taken ahead of him.
Yeah, he was part of a really good crop of shortstops. Bobby was the first one taken, but C.J. Abrams, Bryson Stott, Anthony Volpe, and Gunnar Henderson were also part of that draft class. How good is that?
Pretty good. 2 down.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 9, Vinny.
And here's the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. You see the velocity, 97 with that fastball. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Into the outfield, base hit. And that means Salvador Perez will have a chance to hit.
Batting fourth.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate.
Ball, no.
Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Pasquantino leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Pitch misses, and now 3-0. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. And now a full count.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He muscles that one out of here. And the Royals strike first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 down, stepping in, Carter Jensen. Here comes the 0-1. And there's the ball.
No.
To the right side. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. 2-run shot for the Royals this inning. And it's 2-zip. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Now the Minnesota cleanup hitter, Matt Wallner.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Ball 1.
Joe McDonald doing the home plate duties here.
Well, Joe's an interesting one. I'm always trying to figure out what exactly his zone is. It feels like it kind of moves around from game to game, sometimes inning to inning.
Swing and a ground ball.
Foul.
And foul ball. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think he's ever way off with his balls and strikes, but yeah, I don't think it's easy to define what his zone is, like you said. Hammered, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
That is it. The first baseman, Josh.
And now the switch hitting first baseman, Josh Bell. A little bit low.
That's a ball.
Bell getting to start at first, hitting fifth in today's lineup. And his on-base percentage this season is right around .390. Now this one gets away from the catcher. Wallner into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the top of the second. That one off the mark, and it's 3-0.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations, and right here with the middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
And ball 4, 2 aboard. First and second, no outs. Vic Caratini at the plate. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. Can't reach it. This should score at least one. One runs in. Runner around third. The relay. Tag. Not in time. Safe. We are tied at 2.
Well, we're starting over. 2 RBIs with that swing, and this one is tied. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Trevor Larnach. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Tied up here in the early going. And that is out of play. Stays alive. Man at second. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
The third baseman, Royce.
Here's Royce Lewis. Oh, no. He doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Swings through that.
No, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. And talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Just off the outside edge. And the count's even at 2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. 2-2 on the way. Now there's a bullet down the line. And foul ball.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Batting up, the shortstop, Tristan Gray.
First and second, 1 out. Tristan Gray will hit next. Swings through that one for strike 1.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
2 on, 1 out.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow
Struck him out looking.
Well, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
Cody Clemens getting ready to hit. Grounded out to short in his first trip. Two on, 2 outs. Sliced hard but foul. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. That one in the dirt, and the count 1-2. Fights it off, he'll see another. Gets past the catcher. In time. Nicely done to get out of the jam. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. 2-2 game. Bottom of the second. Here's the Royals' designated hitter, Lane Thomas.
Ball.
The 1-0.
Ball inside.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. 1 down.
Batting 7, the right fielder, number 14.
So up next, Jack Caglione. Popped in the air, left field. And there's 2 down.
Batting 8, the second baseman, Nick.
Now it's the second baseman, Nick Lofton. Good power, not great in the OBP department.
Ball too high. Ball 2.
Line drive, fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Isbell.
So runner at second, 2 down. And now it's Kyle Isbell. Right through there for a strike. Man on second, 2 down. On the ground to third. Play made, that ends the inning. We move ahead to the third, tied 2-2. Back here in Kansas City, and now for the Twins, Byron Buxton. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too.
Ball.
And that one is downstairs, and the count now 2-0. Fastball is outside. Swings and misses. Full count now. On a line, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Here's the second baseman, Luke Keeschel. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Well, these Twins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. 1 away.
Boog, I can't even keep track of how many full counts we've had in this one. I've messed up my scorebook because there have been so many, and you know my scorebook is a work of art.
1 out, man at first. Now here is Matt Wallner. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Runner takes off. Pitch is high. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, with a good arm behind the dish, it's definitely a roll of the dice here to try to steal second base. Man, he can zip it down there so quickly. That was a pretty good throw as well, but really good, clean, stolen base. He can be pretty proud of himself.
And at second, runner goes again.
Inside.
Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the go-ahead run is now only 90 feet away.
That stolen base right there was all about the jump off the pitcher. He got a nice lead, timed him up perfectly, and was off to the races as soon as that pitcher went home. That's how you want to do it. That excites the entire team over there in the dugout.
Good hitters count the 2-0.
Yep.
Outside with a breaking ball. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Up next for Minnesota, the first baseman, Josh Bell.
Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Josh Bell at the plate now. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Go to second.
Kind of a gamble right there. They're trying to stay out of the inning-ending double play possibility, but now 2 outs, and it gets a little tougher to drive in the run from third.
The 0-1. Ball one there.
And that's a pitch early in this game. He needs called for a strike. Struggling with command issues. He's got to get a little help from the umpire.
That's a base hit. Run scores.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Runner at first with 2 away. Victor Caratini, the next twin up to hit. He drove in 2 with a double his first time up. Just missed. And a 1-0.
3-run.
Swings through that one. Pitch kicks away. And the runner holds. That one kicks away from the catcher. Runner holds, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch. Hit on the ground to the right side. Loves it on the dive. The throw is wild, and it gets away. And now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Just kind of sailed that throw and pulled it across his body towards the right field side of first base, and usually that means the fielder just didn't square up his shoulders to the target, and I think that throw had just as much to do with his footwork as anything else.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Trevor Larnach, the next to hit, went down on strikes his first time through. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. That's off the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
And a count 1-2. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. And that's a strikeout looking. Good job at damage control right there. When they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, it's now a 3-2 ball game. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, bottom of the inning, Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. Swings through that one out in front that time. He swings and hits a fly ball center field. Buxton makes a nice running catch.
The batter, number 7, shortstop.
And now it's Bobby Witt Jr. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that's fouled off. The 0-1. Swing and a miss.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Ball.
That misses. Going to count 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Two down, nobody on.
No,
he's great
that's
hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Here's a rocket out to left. And that is that. So they make short work of him there. 3 innings complete. It's the Twins 3 and the Royals 2. On to the fourth, and now for the Twins, Royce Lewis.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Aye.
Hard on the ground to first. Pasquantino steps on the bag. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
The batter, number 4, shortstop Tristan Gray.
So digging in, Tristan Gray.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
In there for strike 1. And he grounds one to the right side. Throws to first in time. 2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth.
2, designated hitter Cody Clemens.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Twins lineup. And next is the designated hitter, Cody Clemens. And a swing and a miss. Next offering is fouled back. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Swing, and that's ripped towards right center. That's a base hit. And that gives Byron Buxton a chance to hit with 2 out.
Everything came together for him. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Here's Byron Buxton.
Yep.
Clemens off of first with 2 away. Foul ball there. And the 0-2. Got him swinging. 1 left for Minnesota, and it remains a 3-2 ball game. Ready to go, bottom 4. So up now for Kansas City, Salvador Perez. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Gets it there in time, though, so they get the first out of the inning.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from him a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Here's the catcher, Carter Jensen. Grounded out his first time up. And a foul ball. Home team down a run. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Wallner takes it in for the out. And there's two away.
The batter, number 50. Designated hitter.
Here's Lane Thomas now. Flied to right his first time.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Ball. Ball.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And that is that. Royals go down 1-2-3. They trail it 3-2. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Twins, Luke Keeschel. Action in the pen down there. Noah Cameron, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Schreiber getting cranked up as well. 0-1 down. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. And a man aboard.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
And the Royals manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make the move. Seth Lugo, done for the day. Just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment.
Now pitching for the
Noah
Royals,
Cameron into the game.
65.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Matt Wallner, the next Twin up to hit. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
When you're trying to swipe a bag against an elite level arm behind the plate like this guy, you better get a great jump and hope that your speed can finish this job. That was a great jump right there. Really nice steal of second base.
Man at second. Swing, still in for the catch. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective.
Well-executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Here's Josh Bell, a switch hitter batting right. In the dirt, but kept close.
Outside, ball 2.
That one misses. Ball 3. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. 1 out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the 5th. That one ripped, but foul. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his back down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Caratini, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. Keishel at second with 2 down. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should score the run. Runner from second crosses the plate. And they lead by 2. Not in time. It's a double.
Picks himself up an RBI. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Trevor Larnach, the next twin up to hit, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That misses, and that is ball 1. Man on second, 2 down. And a foul ball.
Ball, go.
Out towards right center field. Caglione gets under it. And that is that. KC gets one on the double. It's now 4-2. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Back here in Kansas City, and to the plate for Kansas City, Jack Caglione.
Jack Caglione.
Well, these Royals just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. I think things are happening a little quicker than this offense would like, and we see it in the numbers. They're hitting into a lot of outs early in the at-bat.
Way high there. Ball 1. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
Up next for the Royals, the second baseman,
Nick Lofton now at the plate. Doubled in his first AB. In the air, right field. Wallner on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Royals, the center fielder, number 28, Kyle
Isbell digs in now. He's 0 for 1. Isbell measures 5 feet 10 inches, 190 pounds, and he was a third-round pick back in 2018. It just shaved the zone, so they've still got both their challenges.
Ball 1.
Two down, nobody on.
2.
The 1-2. That one way inside. And down on strikes he goes. Third out, and that ends the frame. Nothing doing for the Royals. They trail it here 4-2. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Royce Lewis will hit next.
The third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Outside corner, there's a strike. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. So the call stands. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss at a slider. Comes a 2-2. And that's down and away. Got him. 1 up, 1 down.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Foul ball. In the air to left center. Perez moving under this one. 2 away now.
The batter, number 2, designated hitter, Cody.
And here's the Twins leadoff guy, Cody Clemens. 1 for 3.
Ball.
2 down, nobody on. Short hop liner, handled it short. To first, And it's a 1-2-3 inning. It's the Twins 4 and the Royals 2. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, well, we go bottom 6. Michael Garcia steps in for the Royals. That misses,
that's a ball.
And that's ball 1. Bullpen action for the Twins. Cody Lorison, the rookie right-hander, is getting loose. Banda also throwing. The 1-0. Fouled off down the right side. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And it drops in. And they have their first hit since the second inning.
The batter, number 7.
You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
Ball.
Now, this guy's definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
No, outside.
The Twins holding on to a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Quick toss first, and he dives back in safely.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score a ball in the gap.
Challenge from behind the dish here.
Both plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep both their challenges. The next pitch misses. Ball 3.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
And the right-hander's 3-1. There's a strike.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
And ball 4 there. Tying run is on base. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look.
Number 9.
Pretty close, but it was a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Vinny Pasquantino, and a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high-leverage situation.
Yeah, but not sure what the numbers say, but clearly, and in fact, it could change the course of this game dramatically.
Pitch misses there, and it's 1-0.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Ball on a strike. Base hit into the outfield. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs.
Well, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. At 110 miles per hour on the exit V ball, that thing was screaming, and that's some serious bat speed to generate contact like that, and no doubt a higher launch angle sends that thing out of here easily.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Mick Abel out of the game, gave him a good effort as he exits with a lead, and we'll have a new pitcher when we come back.
Now pitching for
Cole Sands gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Salvador Perez. Golden opportunity right here. brings it in. Runners tag up from second and third. The relay play in there safely.
Well, he hit that one pretty well. I think it would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job of getting the run in.
Carter Jensen, the next to hit. And there's no doubt that they'll feed off the energy from this crowd, right?
I mean, yeah, I'd say the intensity level has gone up a few notches for sure.
Strike one.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Just missed.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Bird.
Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. No challenges left for them now. First and third, one down. Strike two.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
And a ball and two strikes. That's the third. Lewis. Keyshaw for one. Got him. The double play cuts down the potential tying run.
Well, we can never overstate it. Pitcher's best friend right there. Double play, gets out of the jam, saves some pitches.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, John Schreiber. He's making his second appearance of the season. Byron Buxton getting ready to hit.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Buxton.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Nick Mears up and throwing. Strom, the lefty, warming up as well. The 1-0. And that one hammered. Gone! A laser to left. And they boost their lead. It's 5-3.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
So up next, Luke Keeschel.
Ball one.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. Fouled off. He was late.
Ball.
That catches the zone for a strike. And now 2-2. Got him swinging for the K. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That's the ball.
And a big swing and a miss.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
This one smoked on its way out of here. A solo shot. It's their second home run of the inning. and they tack one on the board. It's 6-3.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
One down. Next is switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell.
Ball.
And the 1-0. Tap foul at the plate. Ball to strike. The pitch. That one fouled off. The 1-2. Rips one to right. 2 away.
Up next for Minnesota, the catcher.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. John Schreiber won't go any further. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
Lucas
Royals,
Erceg taking
number
over on the
60,
mound. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Erceg.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Victor Caratini.
Ha!
High fly ball down the left field line. That one back there. And foul as it bangs off the fence. Two down, nobody on. That's a little bit low. On the ground to the left. On to first, and that's the 3rd out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 6-3. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show. Set for the last half of the 7th. So here's the Royals DH, Lane Thomas. Foul ball there. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
This one in the air, center field. Buxton settles under it. Brings it in. And there's one away.
Up next for the Royals, the right fielder, number 14.
Jack Caglione steps in for the Royals.
Caglione.
Fought off foul. Swinging a foul straight back. That
Ball
one
one.
misses. Ball 1. Battling here as he fouls it away. The 1-2.
5 foul balls in this at bat so far, and these two are going head to head. You can see the crowd. They're starting to get into it a little bit more and more each pitch, even though there hasn't been a ball in play yet.
That just misses. Ball 2. Got him swinging. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Here comes the manager out of the Twins dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Cole Sands is done. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
So they turn things over to the righty, Cody Lorison.
And he comes on here for the first time this season, and I'm sure there's some nerves involved in that, so we'll see how he settles in.
Nick Lofton steps in for the Royals. 1 for 2.
Ball.
That's in there, and that is strike 1.
Ball 2.
2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. That one fouled off. 2-2. Goes down looking. KC down in order, and they're still doubled up. It's 6-3. Back here in Kansas City, we go to the 8th. Trevor Larnach now at the plate.
Ball.
He swings and fouls one off. Ursig measures 6 feet 2 inches, 215 pounds, and he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2016. Foul ball. Got him looking, and there's one down.
3rd time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
So digging in, Royce Lewis. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Pitch misses, and it's 1-2. Stays alive. That missed by a lot, and it's 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, he just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count off at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Tristan Gray will hit next. 0 for 3 in this one.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
The changeup missing, and that's ball 2. Can't glove it cleanly. but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Twins are set down 1-2-3, but they still lead at 6-3. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, on to the bottom of the eighth, Kyle Isbell steps in for the Royals.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss as he was late. In the air, left field. And it stays fair. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Royals.
Digging in, Michael Garcia.
Michael Garcia.
And the slider just misses. The 1-0.
Ball 2.
That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. And they cut the lead to 2.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
Here's Bobby Witt Jr.
Ball outside.
Tying run at the plate. Ripped, but it curls foul.
Oh, man. That stays fair. We got a new ball game. Great swing. Just couldn't keep it between the lines. He's got to try to bottle that. Do it again.
And that's through there for a strike. 1-2. Hit on the ground to short. Whips it to first on the run. And safe. He busted it down the line for that infield single.
The first baseman, number 9, Vinny Pasquantino.
So up next, Vinny Pasquantino. You gotta feel like there's a pretty good chance this game is gonna turn on one swing. The breaking ball misses outside.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
Fastball for a strike. Left field. And it stays fair. Here comes the runner. Here's the throw.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Cody Lorison done for the afternoon, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
on the mound now for the Twins, Anthony Banda. This is his 3rd time out this year. Next to hit, Salvador Perez. He's already homered here in this one. And there's the strike.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
The possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. Nobody out. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The 0-2. This one in the air right field. And that is foul. Outside low. Ball one.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Got him swinging for the strikeout, but no advance from the runners.
Man, it's so difficult as a hitter to get on plane with that pitch. It's breaking down and in, and you've got to find a way to match the plane. And if it's nasty like that one, bite at the end, most times you're swinging over the top and walking back to the dugout.
Carter Jensen steps in for the Royals. Check swing, and he went 0-1. Two on, one out. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Checks his swing. Now would appeal to third. Yes, he did. Down he goes on strikes.
Designated hitter, Wade.
Here comes Lane Thomas. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. The Twins holding on to a 1-run lead here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Jackknifes out of the way. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
The 2-2. That one drifts inside. Two on, 2 outs. He fouls it off. Will do it again. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. That ball is foul, and the pressure is building. And that'll load the bases.
Up next for the Royals, the right fielder, number 14.
So they're making a move for a bat off the bench. Starling Marte. He comes to the plate in a huge spot in this one. High fly ball, right field. Walner under it. And that is the inning.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Now pitching for the
We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound. Nick Mears. This is his first appearance of the season.
Leading off to the
Now it's the Twins DH, Cody Clemens. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. He's there. He's got it. One down.
Up next for Minnesota, the center fielder, number 25,
Byron Buxton, the next twin up to hit. He's already homered in this game. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? That one
that's
missed.
the ball.
He's like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
This one belted deep left field. On its way, gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 7-5.
A little more breathing room is always a good thing in baseball, and now they have it. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
One down. So up next for Minnesota, Luke Keeschel. First pitch swinging. That one finds the zone, and the count is 0-2. Good eye right there.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
The 1-2. This one in the air, center field. Isbell on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch.
Up next for the Twins, the right fielder, Matt.
Now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at bat.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. That one felt good. Second home run of the inning for them. And they tack on to their lead. It's 8-5.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Nick Mears gives way, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
So out of the
Royals,
pen comes the right-hander, Alex Lang.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
So two down, and next for Minnesota, Josh Bell.
No.
The 1-0. And he hits a ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. The 1-1. A little out front there as he swings through it.
This guy's sink has so much drop angle. It's almost like a split finger fastball instead of just weak contact and ball.
Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. That's the third out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 8-5. This is an AL Central showdown right here on MLB The Show.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Taylor Rogers. A chance at his first save of the year. Nick Lofton steps in for the Royals.
The second baseman.
He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. There's a swing and a drive. Gone. He dunks it off the foul pole. He jacks that one out to left, and they cut into the lead. It's 8-6. Here comes the crowd. They're feeling it right now.
Well, this thing was hooking down the line the entire way. He knew it was going to be close, and bang, right off the left field pole. That was a pretty swing, and he found a way to keep his hands inside just enough to keep it fair.
Now, Kyle Isbell. And that one fouled off. The Twins trying to close out a 2-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Bunting, and it's right in front of the plate. He's safe. Out with a bunt single. Well, Singy, that was really nice looking. Able to get it down and in a good spot.
And he makes it look easy. Bat angle was perfect. Barrel stayed above the hands. Could almost walk to first.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the third baseman, Michael Garcia. Out front and foul to the left side.
Real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The tying run at the plate. He goes down looking.
The batter, number 7, shortstop Bobby Witt.
Now the number 2 hitter, Bobby Witt Jr., known for his late inning heroics.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. On to second to get one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. So it's their last chance in this one. And next up for the Royals, Vinny Pasquantino. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. Gets a swing and a miss with the sweeper.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
This could end it. Just off the inside corner. And the count 1-2.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
These hitters had the long ball working for them today. 4 home runs had a lot to do with them coming out on top.
Final score of 8-6 in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.